What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Crypto Blitz, your home for your crypto fix. I'm your host, Ripple Van Winkle. Hopefully, everyone's having an amazing day. It's Thursday. It's Softball Thursday, and I love Softball Thursdays. And to top it all off, it's a doubleheader, and it's an early doubleheader, 6:30 and 7:30 instead of 7:30 and 8:30. Means I get to get home, walk the dog, have a quick snack, out the door I go, and we are going to town on the softball field. I'm excited about that. Plus, I get to test out my new glove that my girlfriend got me for Valentine's Day. She gave it to me early because she knew I had to break it in, and I had to get ready for the big game today. We're playing two of the best teams in the league. We're currently undefeated. Hopefully, we get that sweep. Now, in this episode, a lot to talk about, a lot going down. Bitcoin, U.S. strategic reserve, and why this would send the price of Bitcoin to the freaking moon, which will then bring us into Eric Trump's tweet about Bitcoin. Then we're going to talk a little bit about Tether and what JP Morgan has recently said. And then the big news everyone is waiting for today, folks, XRP ETF grayscale. What does it really mean? Then we're going to jump over into the price chart on XRP. You're going to like what you see in the 4 hour. I'm giving you a little pre-warning now, but we're going to look at the 4 hour and the daily so you know where this thing is about to go. Without further ado, sit back, relax, let's jump into a Bitcoin. $95,871. It's currently down 0.32% in the past 24 hours. Ethereum coming in at 2,654. It's currently up 1%. USDT and USDC both coming in at 99 cents as XRP. Yeah, buddy. Currently up 0.81% and almost 200% over the last 3 months, coming in at a mean lean $2.44. Still trading sideways, still in Chop City, just like Bitcoin. But could the breakout be near? I got you covered. Now, folks, I keep tweeting about this. TLN is my token, my project. If you are looking to get in early and to get in at the base flooring, now is the time to take advantage. I'm telling you, this thing is going to go. I am putting all of my hard work. I am putting all of my efforts. I am opening a massive Web3 gaming studio where TLN is going to be the focus of these games. It will be the utility. You can buy it on Uniswap right now. Very, very low volume right now. But you know what? You want to talk about getting in early, getting in at the ground floor, and taking a little leap here and trying to hit the lottery. This is what you're looking at. This is what you're going to do. It's better than meme coins, which we all know are going to die off at some point. This actually has utilities. Only about 30 million. That's correct. Million with an M in circulation. The first game is out. And by the end of the month, the token will be fully integrated into here for wagering. You'll be able to buy loot boxes. You'll be able to mint your cards in game. Like, check this out. This is all NFT based. You own all of your cards. You fight and you battle other opponents or the players. You attack them. You want to try to get rid of their health. The winner wins in-game currency. Your tokens will be able to get you NFTs. TLN will be able to wager so you can play against me. You can bet against me. You can win more TLN. Maybe you lose TLN. You can get exclusive cards that you can only get in this game, and then you can sell them on the marketplace. Pay attention, folks. I'm building something big, and I got two of the biggest advisors in the world on board for this project with a lot of great connections. I'm warning you. Tony put this out. I don't know who this guy is. Andre Jeka, he has, I guess, 2 million subs. Supposedly, he shit-talked XRP a couple of years ago, and now he's coming back out, and he's saying that, he could hit $100. Either his YouTube views were drying up, or he's looking to get some ad revenue. I don't know. I never heard of this guy. I'm just covering the news, but as we've said before, and as we'll keep saying, they keep coming back to XRP. They leave XRP. They shit talk XRP. They say they'll never talk about XRP again. And then they see that everything that us, the Ripple and XRP community, the news fanatics, the dot connectors, the researchers, they start seeing all this information, and then they start to see this get announced by official sources like Ripple or the White House or banks, and they always come back to the chosen one. And that chosen one is XRP. From the CryptoMinutedEsk.com, this is why U.S. states' Bitcoin reserves could spike the price of Bitcoin. It says since President Trump first vowed to create a U.S. Bitcoin reserve, several states have attempted to develop their own Bitcoin stockpiles. Matthew Siegel, head of digital asset research at VanEck, assessed these proposals looking for specific purchasing obligations contained within. He found and determined that they could have a real impact on Bitcoin's price. He says, we analyzed 20 state-level Bitcoin reserve bills. If enacted, they could drive $23 billion into buying Bitcoin, folks. $23 billion or 247,000 Bitcoin. This sum is independent of any pension fund allocations, likely to rise if legislators move forward. Do you understand what the $23 billion would do? Forget the money because it would be bought over the counter. But do you understand the supply shortage that is going to come on Bitcoin here? It's already drying up over the counter. Bitcoin, I think it was only like 100, what was it like? I forget the numbers. It was 100 and something thousand Bitcoin left for over-the-counter purchases. If all these states wanted to buy OTC and you still got BlackRock coming in and Fidelity and on all these major institutional firms, there's not going to be enough Bitcoin over-the-counter for them to buy. Remember, only so much Bitcoin is produced, right, from mining it. It takes a while. Every 4 years when halving takes place, it's harder and harder to get Bitcoin. So what happens when Bitcoin dries up over-the-counter? Well, then it's time to jack the price up, right? There's a shortage. If something is short, like right now, eggs, shortage, price goes up. What do you think is going to happen to Bitcoin? The price is going to go up. And to mix it all in there, Eric Trump, he says it feels like it's a great time to enter into Bitcoin just last week. That's interesting. U.S. Bitcoin reserves. VanEck is doing a little research on what would happen if all these 20 states were to buy Bitcoin, how it's going to be a shortage of it. Eric Trump is talking about that, it looks like it's a good time to get into Bitcoin. Do you see what's going on here? Do you really think the price is going to last into this range forever? Of course not. They are holding it sideways and making it chop for as long as they can. Here's the current Bitcoin chart on the daily. Look, this doesn't look terrible. Doesn't look terrible at all. We tried on Monday the 10th and Tuesday the 11th to get two closes above the 8 EMA. We couldn't get it with the red. We got one. We then went back to Wednesday. We got the close above. We are now looking at today. If we can get this body closed above the green line, about 97K, we're about $1,000 off. That would mean we have two closes above the 8 EMA. Which means our next target would be for the 8 EMA to flip the 21, which is your purple line around 98. If that happens, we get above the 50 as well, and it's go time for Bitcoin. The breakout will occur. This whole Chop City sideways range is coming to an end. And then we talk about this. Everyone thinks today is a big day for XRP. Well, you know what? I don't want to be that guy, but I don't think it is. Everyone thinks that an ETF is being approved today. There's a lot of information flooding around on Twitter and social media that today's the day the ETF gets approved. Unfortunately, from my research, that is not the case. Today, what is happening? It's very simple. Grayscale is filing for an XRP ETF. So they are taking their proposal, their draft, they are handing it over to the SEC. They are saying, here you go. We have officially filed for an XRP ETF. Please review this and please let us know if this is approved or not. So the SEC, all they're going to do is they're going to acknowledge that Grayscale has thrown their hat into the ring here, that they want to have an XRP ETF as well. And now the SEC has up to 240 days, folks. It's about 8 months. They have about 8 months to either approve the ETF or reject the ETF. I have never seen the SEC, when it comes to cryptocurrencies and an ETF, give approval on the same day. Never. It took Bitcoin almost 4 years of approvals going back and forth and being rejected and kicked back and then going back to get their first ETF approved. We know what happens after the first ETF is approved. We get the other ETFs, they all fly in because they all copy what the first ETF did. They just change the heading, they put their company into there, and then the snowball effect occurs. It's all about getting the first. Once you get the first, the rest will easily follow right behind. Just like Brad Garlinghouse said, once you get the first bank, all the other banks will come a lot quicker after. But it's the hardest part is to get the first one. It's going to be the same thing with the ETF. So all eyes on. Let's just make sure Grayscale does file today, and then we can start the timer. Obviously, it doesn't have to take 240 days. I think that we're going to see it a lot sooner. I'm thinking we get the ETF in Q2 of this year. But pay attention to the news headlines today. Let's pay attention to the chart. Here's your XRP chart. We're going to cover this in the beginning of the second video. One day, we're trying to get the closure above here. The 4 hour, we showed off the 4 hour last night on the live stream. 4 hour looks great. 4 hour looks absolutely great. Here's your Thursday candle, just touching above. All right, here, excuse me. We're getting the closure. We got the red candle body above. We're above the 21 and the 50. This is indicating to us that we are short-term, mid-term, and long-term bullish on the 4 hour chart. Now it's all about flipping over this daily, and it all could start today. That's what I'm paying attention to. That's what you should be paying attention to as well. Go get yourself some TLN, Uniswap, links below, or use Bitmart or Ascendex. You pick. New exchange coming next week. Wash your damn hands. Be nice and be kind to each other. Ripple Van Winkle is out.